Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. If you like today's show, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And I also have a PayPal email address if you want to go that way. And remember, folks, it's Just Whiskey. And please, please, please check out my newer channel called Just Music. And I will put a link to that in the description below as well. It's a new channel. I need as many subscribers and clicks and comments on there to get it into the wheels of the YouTube algorithm. So if you're into music, please check out Just Music. All right, today we are going to be talking about and reviewing two independent bottles, both from Gordon & MacPhail, both Tormores, and it's going to be a yin and yang because we have over on my right, your left, is a 12-year-old 100% first fill ex-bourbon matured, and over to my left, your right, is a Tormore 25-year-old in 25 years in a first fill ex-sherry butt. Yep. And what I'm going to do is I have no notes on this. This is just going to be an off the cuff. As you can see by the bottle levels, I'm very familiar with these bottles. And both of these, this is not a sales pitch, but I'm just letting you know, like, both of these are still available at Norfolk Wine and Spirits in Norfolk, Massachusetts. They do not ship outside of the Massachusetts, but if you live in that area, these two are available there still. So the specs on this Tormore Gordon & MacPhail cask strength 12-year-old first fill ex-bourbon. It was distilled on June 14th, 2004, and it was bottled on January 20th, 2017. And Tormore is a Speyside, 12 years, and it's 59.8% ABV, 750 milliliters, natural color, non-chill filtered, as are both of these. They're both excellent, and it's like a brother and sister. On the left-hand side, the sherry is your the redheaded sister, and on my right, your left, is the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, beautiful boy. Right? All right. So I highly recommend both of these. So it's going to be a good review in both of these. And I enjoyed this Tormore 12-year-old so much that I have a backup bottle. Okay, so on the nose, you're getting, a brightness to it, a sweetness to it. Of course, that caramel. There's also like a slight burnt note, and I think that's part of the distillate because there's a slight burnt note in the Tormore as well. Slight. Again, the caramels, vanilla, everything you would think about with ex-bourbon. And maybe a slight hint of funk. All right, on the palate. Very complex, awesome. So much yin and yang going on. You have a sweetness. Everything Ralphie would say. Sweet, sour, bitter, astringent. There's some fruit. It's fruity. It's definitely fruity, spicy in a good way, not too spicy. Finish is a solid medium long. Absolutely love this stuff. Everything I just said, again, the sweetness, the bitterness, the astringency. There's some fruits in there, probably more orchard fruits, but there's also a hint of a peach or an apricot in there. But it's mostly apples, pears. But it's so complex in the palate. There's a lot going on there. Yeah, really, really, really like that. All right, now we're going to take a sip of water and head over to the 25-year-old first fill ex-sherry. It doesn't say what kind of sherry, but I'm assuming it's Oloroso. Gordon and MacPhail used a lot of Oloroso. So this one here was distilled in 1994 and was bottled in 2020. So distilled and bottled in 1994. 547 bottles, so this one's a single cask. I'm not sure if this other one's a single cask or not. I should have read everything on there. I'm not sure, but let's get back to this Tormore. So this one is a single cask. Cask number 8353, 547 bottles, and 58.2% ABV, 25 years, Speyside, Tormore, connoisseur's choice. Yeah, this is nice. This is, every time I drink it, it offers some different nuances, but oh, yeah, it's really nice. There's some candy in here. So you're getting some burnt caramel. Again, the burnt note is more pronounced than a 25-year-old. Burnt caramel. You can tell that it's a well-aged sherry. It's got a lot of the typical sherry notes in there, but unique. I'm wiping my face because I've been playing with my cat down here. Hazel, my cat. I have cat fur all over me. Okay, so on the nose, again, everything I said, burnt caramel, which would be toffee as well, and lots of condensed fruits in there. Very inviting nose. Beautiful. So you're getting the best of both. You're getting everything that this offered, double aged, with that sherry, well aged sherry. Wow. There's a vegetal note in there. There's a spearmint note in there. There's some chili pepper in there. A thick, viscous vegetal note in there as well. This is both are non-peated, but it almost seems like there's a hint of peat in there. That vegetal, like Lacheg peat note. But it's slight, but it's more than slight. It's noticeable. But I know it's not peated, but if you told me that if you told me this was a marriage of a bunch of single cask and one of them was second or third fill reused Lacheg cask, I would believe you. Again, sweet, sour, tangy, spice, vegetal, melon, some overripe fruits bordering on rotten, but in a good way. Rotten fruits and like that vegetal note is in there. It's got a nice spiciness to it. The finish is medium long, but that spice just keeps on going and going and going. I really like both of these. I'm getting less, in today's pouring, I'm getting less candy. But sometimes when I drink this, it's just those condensed fruits just explode. And you know what I'm going to do? I played around with water, not in today's, but I'm just going to add this is my scientific watering method right here. Just 2 or 3 drops of water, that's all I put in there. Just going to see if I get anything more out of that. Yep, everything. Maybe the fruits are popping out a little bit more with the water. But you know what? It could be total coincidence too, because what I've noticed, if I sit down with a decent pour and really just take my time with it over a couple hours, it's constantly morphing. With or without water, that's going to happen. So even if I didn't add any those minuscule drops of water, if I drank this in front of the camera for 45 minutes, I would get more and more notes out of this. But a beautiful whiskey. So I have a backup of the one on my right. I do not have a backup on the one on my left, only because it's a 25-year-old and it's priced accordingly. So it's not cheap. If I could afford to have a backup, I would on this. So score-wise, for my enjoyment, they're both solid 8 out of 10s. So on the dram face, that equates to excellent, something special. And they're both excellent. They're both something special. And this is a cool comparison because I'm getting the distillate experience from both of these. I could go on and on and on, but I think that kind of wraps it up. If you like today's show, thumbs up, like, subscribe. Check out my new channel, Just Music. Please like it. Even if you don't like it, subscribe. Even if you don't want to subscribe. I really need to get it into the algorithm. So really hope you enjoyed today's show. And again, these are available at Norfolk Wine and Spirits in Norfolk, Massachusetts. Seek them out. And hats off to you all. Take care, folks.